with Pete's RV TV today. Today I just wanted to take a second and talk about dielectric grease. So living in the Northeast, I'm from northern Vermont for those of you that don't know. So we know all about road brine and road salt here in Vermont and most of the Northeast and anywhere else that really gets snow through the winter. Well, we're driving around, so they've got to make provisions obviously to keep the roads safe and passable for us, which I surely do appreciate. But when we do that, it adds a layer of corrosion or could give us some potential problems with electrical systems, especially because we use copper and brass typically as a conductor, which is very susceptible to corrosion when salt and brine is in the mix, right? So one of the things that I kind of do, and it's something I keep in my truck all the time, is stated as this dielectric grease. And what dielectric grease is, it's obviously a grease. It says it in the name. But the dielectric part means it can be used on electronics. It can be used on things that pass electricity because it's not a conductor. It's not going to give you any adverse effects or create shorts or things like that. When you put it on, it's not going to corrode the copper or the brass that you're adding it to. So it's a really good thing to use. And what I'll do every once in a while, and I, being in the RV industry, and I tow a ton of different trailers, so I'm always plugging something different into my truck. But like the one that I tow primarily, I take a little bit of this grease and I actually will put it right into the female part of the plug, the male part of the plug, but into each one of the holes. And I just put a little bit in there. And then I'll go ahead and plug it into the plug on my truck a couple times and unplug it. And then I'll maybe just give it a little bit more. What I'm doing is protecting my plug on my trailer, obviously. And so when it's in storage as well, it's not going to corrode when it's sitting there, not plugged into my truck and it's in the open air. I'm also putting grease on the terminals in the plug of my truck. And that one's really susceptible because of all the mist and everything that gets sprayed up behind the vehicle when you're towing and when you're not towing. So even though it's got a cover on it, when I look in there, it's pretty dirty. So I try to keep it kind of clean, and I do add this dielectric grease, and that keeps my plugs from being corroded, keeps everything kind of moving in and out of there, and just keeps everything working well. So my recommendation, if you do live in a snow belt state, get yourself some dielectric grease, put it on your trailer plug, insert that into your truck plug a couple times. Do that once or twice a year depending on your use, especially how much you drive in those winter months, and you're going to find that you have less electrical problems, or you don't have any electrical problems because of a little bit of a maintenance. So thanks for watching Pete's RV TV with Randy today. I look forward to seeing you on the road, and happy camping.